Previously on Double Progression Trouble!
If I am able to win this match, we'll have to figure out some kind of tiebreaker, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to scrape out the win at the end.
Can you chain my body to my body? Cool, then my body. That is very bad for me.
That was the hope.
We definitely cannot let you stick that. This isn't even that good for me, but I gotta Raigeki break that.
It is in fact very bad for you.
Fucking hell!
Breaking on the tributes again!
No! We're going to ban a shit load of cards. Just an absolutely excessive, just an illegal number of cards. We are going to do a tiebreaker in the format that we have just created in DM with all of these banned cards. With whatever remains of our collection, before we start opening GX packs, we're gonna do one last match.
And the difference between this one and all of our previous matches is that our decks are going to be absolute shit. And I'm very excited for it.
The Double Progression Trouble Season 1 tiebreaker starts now.
This is a legendary Ocean Beatdown. The deck I think I mentioned in the ban video is the best thing I have left in my collection for this tiebreaker. This deck is aggressive, it is versatile, it gets to play all of the power cards we have left. It is everything you could possibly ask for in a sealed deck. And it is also not the deck I am going to play, no. I have spent the entire DM era living and dying by the funny decks that I think are cool, that I want to make work, and I decided I don't want to win the final match of DM playing some good stuff. I'm gonna win with my flavor of jank, or I'm not gonna win at all. And that is why we are playing Reasoning Gate Turbo for today's duel. Now this deck, if you aren't familiar, is based around Monster Gate and Reasoning, both of which I happen to have 3 of in my collection, both cards with individual restrictions that allow you to mill cards off the top of your deck until you find a monster which you can then summon for free. That means that if you can build around the restrictions, and you put only gigantic monsters in your deck, if you resolve one of these spells, you just get to summon a huge bungus for free. And in a format where we've banned almost every decent removal spell, that's pretty good, I think. That is pretty good. Now again, I don't think this is by any means the best deck I could be playing, but I legitimately believe it is strong. This deck is good enough to win, and I am going to prove that today. Let's talk about the actual cards, starting with the 2 most important ones. Monster Gate requires you to tribute a monster to then summon the first monster you find off the top of your deck, and Reasoning requires your opponent to guess a level, and if they correctly guess the level of the first monster you find, it goes to the grave instead of getting summoned. We need to build the deck in such a way to make sure these cards' restrictions don't matter all that much, so let's get into how we did that. I'm on a variety of levels to play around Reasoning, as well as many ways as I can to have monsters that can be summoned for free to tribute for Monster Gate, but are also big enough to be good summons off of a gate or Reasoning. Starting off, we have Black Tyranno, a level 7 who can attack directly if your opponent only controls defense position monsters. It's a mediocre effect, but it might come up, and it's one of the best 7s we have left. Dark Triceratops. With Hades, Jinzo, and everything else gone, this is the best level 6 I have, and oh boy is it mid, but I need the level, so here it is. Fusilier Dragon is far and away my most important monster. This card is a level 8 with a bunch of attack points, but also can be summoned for free by having its stats. That makes it a good summon off of a gate or a Reasoning, but can also be summoned itself as a tribute for Monster Gate, or for this funky little card that's really good in this deck. Sacred Crane is my 1 level 4 or lower. Again, it's a Monster Gate tribute, but when it's summoned, you draw a card for free, making it still a decent hit off Reasoning or Gate. The Fiend Mega Cyber is here as just a 2nd level 6 that can also sometimes be summoned for free if you happen to draw it. It's a little smaller than my other monsters, but I think the fact that it isn't a hard brick makes it worth it. And then we have some vanillas. The level 7 Big Koala, slightly worse than Wing Weaver, but much funnier, And then the LOB Dragon Squad. Remember these guys from episode 1? Blue Eyes White, Tri-Horned, and Red Eyes Black Dragon make an appearance. You may be wondering why I'm running these over larger vanillas of the same level, such as Wing Weaver at 7 or Go Giga Gaga Gigo at 8, and the reason is this. I'm on 2 Metamorphosis this week because I have some really powerful payoffs in a deck that can easily cheat out giant monsters. That includes Darkblade the Dragon Knight at level 6, Gatling Dragon at level 8, which is practically a board wipe, and most relevantly, King Dragoon, which once per turn can summon a dragon from hand for free. This means if I can summon King Dragoon and I draw any of the 3 dragons I'm playing, that is a game-winning tempo swing. Not super likely to happen, but if it does work out, I think it's powerful enough to justify playing these dragons. Then we have a whole shitload of spells after that. Back to Square One is one of the best generic removal spells left, but it does have a discard cost, so I'm only on 2. Different Dimension Capsule is insane in Sealed. It's bad Gold Sock, but bad Gold Sock is good enough for a deck that desperately needs to find 2 specific cards. Especially now that we've banned a bunch of backdoor removal, it's very difficult to actually punish this card, and I think the consistency will be much appreciated. Akibio Drakmord is another crazy removal spell. It takes a little bit to go off, but once it does, it goes back to your hand, letting you use it again. I'm on 3, and I expect Jesse to be on 3 as well, and I have plans in my deck specifically to beat this card. One of which is Metamorphosis. I've already mentioned my powerful fusions. This card works great with Fusilier, works great with Mega Cyber, and if Jesse equips any of my monsters with Akibio Drakmord, I can Metamorphosis them to get them out of trouble and summon a really strong guy. Then we have the Gates and the Reasonings, followed by Stray Lambs, which is like half a scapegoat on a normal spell instead of a quick play, which is a terrible card. It's really bad. But I'm pretty down bad for Monster Gate tributes, and I think that the format is low power enough that there's a decent chance I can just activate this card, have 1 token survive to the next turn, and then sack it off for a Monster Gate, so hopefully it'll work. And the last spell is 3 Upstart Goblin. We are an inconsistent deck, so we might as well maximize our consistency by playing 37. Then we have some traps, and oh boy, there is some spice here. If you are familiar with GOAT format Reasoning Gate decks, you might notice I'm playing more monsters than those decks often do, and that's because I am on 3 A Hero Emerges, which negates an attack and lets you summon a monster from your hand if your opponent randomly chooses a monster. Now, it's very easy to make our hand only monsters by just setting all of our star traps, a play that's almost completely unpunishable in a format with no back row hate, and every monster we can summon out is absolutely game-winning. That means I think it's worth playing a couple more monsters, because if we draw into them, who cares? That just gives me another way to cheat them out. I'm really hoping I get to resolve this one. There is no way Jesse is expecting it. Next up, we have 2 Draining Shield, one of my best defensive tools remaining, except that apparently I made a change that did not get saved, because obviously one of these should be a Magic Cylinder instead, a card I forgot was around when initially building this deck. So as I was saying, I'm on 1 Draining Shield and 1 Magic Cylinder, some of the most powerful defensive tools I have left. These help keep me alive if I haven't drawn into my cards to summon a monster yet, so these are going to be very helpful. Then I'm on 1 Soul Resurrection, my one and only Grave Revival card to go with my 4 Giant Vanillas, and 3 Good Goblin Housekeeping, which draws cards based on the number of itself in the graveyard. Even at base value, this card's not good, but in a deck that really needs to find a couple of very specific cards, I think seeing more of your deck, even if it's inefficient, is worth it. And more importantly, Reasoning and Monster Gate both mill a bunch of spell traps off the top of the deck until they find a monster, meaning we'll often end up with some Good Goblin Housekeepings in the graveyard, meaning any we draw will be drawing 2 or 3 cards, which is very strong. The extra deck I've mostly gone over is a bunch of really powerful Metamorphosis targets, and the side deck is prep against a bunch of very specific things. I have 0 Gravity and Draining Shield in here in case Jesse's on aggro and I need help surviving until I can find Reasoning or game. I'm on Extermination, Spiritualism, and Zingzen, who, if she has powerful spell trap, 2 Prohibition as a kind of catch-all counter card depending on her strategy, and then 2 very specific counters to things. The spell Absorbing Life is here because flip effect monsters, such as Old Vindictive Magician, are some of the strongest hard removal tools we have left, so if I see Jessie on a lot of those, this card lets me clear those monsters out before committing to a Reasoning or Monster Gate. Tailor of the Fickle is maybe my favorite card in the deck, and I really hope I get to bring it in. This card is good not only because it can remove a Kibio Drakmord from my monster and put it on Jessie's to get value off of her removal spells, if she is on equip cards, which she may well be, because playing Gigantic Beaters is gonna be one of her only ways to get over my monsters. This is an incredibly powerful combat trick to prevent her from attacking over my guys and make them even bigger. If Jessie is playing any equipped spells more than 3 Akibio Drakmord, I'm putting this card in. So that is the deck, and I am so excited to play it. I love this deck in GOAT, I think it's really funny, and I am ecstatic I managed to put it together in Sealed. I don't know if it's gonna win me the game today, but if it does, oh, what a win it will be. I'll see you in the games. Pray Reasoning finds its way to the top of my deck.
It all comes down to this. Is what Sophie said last episode, but this is for real this time. It actually all comes down to this and nothing after this. I know we misled you the one time, but I swear to God, it does all come down to this. Welcome to the Double Progression Trouble Season 1 Tiebreaker. Sophie and I banned 60 cards out of our collections, and now we have to duel each other with our significantly less powerful card pools. I am very excited for today's game because I have no earthly idea what Sophie is going to play against me. It's very difficult to get a read on what the format could conceivably look like at this point. That having been said, I do feel good about the cards I am riding into battle with today. I am once again on the recruiters, starting with triple UFO Turtle, which just barely escaped a ban, and triple Mother Grizzly. The funny thing is, we don't have any strong plays with these cards available to us. The best thing to do with UFO Turtle previously was summoning Mask Dragon, which is now of course banned. In place of an actual good strategy, instead we're playing Solar Flare Dragon and Cure Mermaid, along with an absolute shitload of equip cards. The idea being, what the hell, we're just essentially going to be playing an equip card off with one another. Why don't I try to get some life point advantage in the process? Is it going to work? I have no fucking idea, but we're certainly going to try it, and we're going to go out in a blaze of glory for this Season 1 of Double Progression Trouble. So going through the deck profile really quick, 3 UFO Turtle can search a 1500 or less fire monster, 3 Mother Grizzly can search a 1500 or less water monster, UFO Turtle can search Solar Flare Dragon, which inflicts 500 damage to Sophie during each end phase, and if I get both of them up, I get a lock on the board. Cure Mermaid increases my life points by 800 during each of my standby phases. We're also playing 2 copies of Raging Flame Sprite. Bonus points if we get a Raging Flame Sprite out and get one of our good equipped cards to immediately increase its attack, or we're able to protect it with one of our battle tricks. 1 Revival Jam because it's summonable by Mother Grizzly and can maintain board presence. 1 Newdoria, which makes Sophie's life difficult because she has to decide whether or not to attack it. We've got a couple of just big guys. 1 Dark Elf, 1 Jiraigumo. I fucking hate Jiraigumo's dumb ass, stupid fucking spider risky ass face. This thing will take half my life points if I attack with it. A lot of the time that's straight up not worth it. But I ended up running this anyway because even if I just run it as a 2200 attack monster that maintains board presence, that is okay. I am playing 1 copy of Chiron the Mage for not very good, but might come in handy spell trap removal. 1 copy of Luster Dragon as another big guy, and it's also a dragon which has synergy with the side deck. We're playing 1 Mirage Dragon. I have no idea what battle tricks Sophie could have, but if she has them, Mirage Dragon will hopefully shut them down. Playing 1 Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 4 and 1 Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6. When Horus destroys a monster, I can cycle into the bigger version of itself, and Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6 is unaffected by spell effects. I, again, don't know what kind of spell removal Sophie is going to have, but if she has it, Horus will protect me against it. We are running back on White Magical Hat and Mask of Darkness, 2 staples of mine from early in the season. I think are good again now that we have banned so very many cards. For the spell cards, you will notice immediately just an absolutely illegal number of equip cards. We are playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, technically 8 equip cards in main deck. 7 of them are intended as like attack modulating, and Ekibu Drakmorg is an equip card that I stick to my opponent's monsters to keep them from attacking. If it sticks around long enough, I can get it back and use it again. Among the other equip cards, we've got United We Stand. 1 monster by itself is 800 attack. That is a lot for just an equip card by itself, and then it quickly gets out of control from there. 1 Acts of Despair increases attack by 1,000 without any frills. 3 copies of Mask of Brutality increases attack by 1,000, decreases defense by 1,000, and I have to pay 1,000 life points during the standby phase to keep it on the field. 1 Shooting Star Bow Seal either can be used to weaken Sophie's monsters, or it can be used by me if I happen to just have a big guy on the field and Sophie's down to like 1,500, 1,400 life points. Big Bang Shot is neat for its piercing. We're playing 2 copies of Nobleman of Extermination. I don't know if Sophie has any chainables to really punish this card, so we're gonna give it a shot. 2 copies of Rush Recklessly. I'm actually very excited about this element of the deck. I have essentially 9 battle tricks. That is 9 cards that I can activate whenever Sophie attacks, or to affect the way that Sophie attacks to leave her at a disadvantage coming into my turn. I think it might be the strongest individual part of my deck. Rush Recklessly can make Sophie lose monsters during her battle phase. Michizuri lets me trade one of my monsters for one of Sophie's monsters, which is doubly good if she hits a recruiter. Spellbinding Circle will stop Sophie's attacks, and Zero Gravity changes the battle position of all face-up monsters on the field, which is especially good if I hit one of Sophie's big monsters whenever they summon it, so they can't switch back into attack mode, because all the big guys in this format have really wimpy defense strats. We're also on 1 copy of Needle Sealing. I am wondering if we're ever going to get far enough along that this will be useful. If anybody is going to summon that many monsters, it feels worth a shot. And then 1 copy of Magic Jammer, which just stops Sophie's spell cards. In the side deck, we're playing 1 Blowback Dragon. I was originally going a little bit more on the Monarch package, but ultimately I decided to focus in on the equip card part of the deck, which meant scaling back on the Great Maju Garzette and the Stalos and the Dark Dust Spirit I originally had inside. But I did keep Blowback Dragon because if Sophie has some kind of strategy where she just needs to leave cards on the field, it is very helpful for me to get this out. 1 Asura Priest, which is a way that I can just go through all of Sophie's recruiters at once. Triple Troop Dragon, which is very suspect. Troop Dragon in all the test hands I did just seemed like the worst card in the world, but I am playing a Troop Dragon package inside so that I can also play a Stamping Destruction package inside in case I need to get rid of some of Sophie's back row. 1 copy of Share the Pain, which is the worst monster removal I've ever seen in my life, but we do have a deck with a bunch of monsters that replace themselves, so it could still come up. 2 copies of Tailor of the Fickle, because I am playing so many equip cards, and because I think it's relatively likely that Sophie is siding a couple copies of this for the fact that equip cards are so strong, so it's good to have on hand. 2 copies of Molten Destruction. I was thinking that 2 of the strategies Sophie's most likely to go on are the Legendary Ocean strategy or the Harpy's Hunting Ground strategy. Either of those situations, I would be rewarded for having a Molten Destruction at this time, because I can use it to destroy Sophie's field spell. And of course, at the same time, it will increase my monster's attack. And then 2 more copies of Needle Sealing if Sophie really is just getting a lot of monsters on the field, or this card is better than I expect it to be. This is the deck that I am going into the actual for real this time finale with. I feel good about my chances. I am excited to see what Sophie is going to bring to the table, and I will see y'all out on the dueling field. Sophie, I have a philosophical question for you. Is it really a progression series if we are actively choosing to do a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! After banning 60 cards total and degressing the format to such a significant extent? Like, I will tell you, the decks that I considered before I went with the one that I'm going with were wild, and I'm very excited to see what you ended up with.
I am so unbelievably excited. And in answer to your question, I feel like on paper, it doesn't feel like you're progressing. But in practice, we must be moving forward if the changes we did mean I get to play this deck. I have been waiting all week to sit down and play this, and I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's you're off to a good start. That's the rock, paper, scissors. We'll see if that energy carries into the game.
So we will. Good luck, have fun, you can have play.
Okay. Okay, right off the bat, that is a bit of a weird one, but that is okay. I'm gonna normal summon Newdoria in attack mode.
Okay, that's a pretty good guy.
He is a pretty nice fella. Is that hair, or does he just have horrible spikes in his head? I set to an end.
Is that the question I ask myself every single day?
What are you, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Antagonist?
You know, maybe a little bit. Alright. This hand is really interesting. Newdoria is a bit of an asshole, one of the few removal cards that actually exist in this format, which is making things a bit annoying, but I think I can deal with it. For my first move, I will activate Different Dimension Capsule.
Alright. Go ahead and capsule your dimension that is different.
Yeah,
and this one is going to be face down, so I don't get any kind. It's not a gold sarcophagus situation. I don't get a hint.
And I am going to banish this mysterious card, which you will see in 2 short turns.
Possibly.
And for my next move, I am going to set a card. And I'm gonna set a card. And I'm gonna set a card. And I'm gonna set a card, and I will end my turn.
Wow, you were not lying. That certainly is a hand that you have on you. We're going to put your back row to the test. I normal summon Mirage Dragon.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so no battle traps for me. That's a little annoying.
I was counting on it. So yeah, we will get in. I don't know if you have like any quick play spells at this point or any kind of like. No, it is all going in. Sounds good.
No, that's fine. I don't need those life points.
The only life point that matters is the last one.
Whoop. Exactly. Which is good because I'm not doing anything this turn. One more turn on DDC.
Alright, in that case, I will just normal summon Luster Dragon, and if you don't have anything for me, we'll go ahead and just keep the pressure on.
Yeah, bring it.
Really just getting hit for almost all of your life points at this point. My goodness.
I don't need life points.
Alright, we will see about that.
In the standby phase, Different Dimension Capsule goes to the graveyard, and I will add the banished card to my hand, if you don't mind.
I kind of do, because I I don't know if I'm gonna like what happens now, but I don't have a response.
Yeah, well, I think the amount you like what happens depends on how good you are at reasoning.
Wow. Wow. Wowie. 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 Okay, so. This one is a thinker, pretty much immediately. There are so many things that you could be doing with reasoning. You could actually just be playing a pretty straight up deck that just happens to contain a bunch of 3s and like a couple of 5s and 6s. I think the most likely thing that comes up is the Fusilier Dragon situation. So I am going to go ahead and start off by calling 7.
7. Well, let's see if you are correct. No.
Ooh, you are all in on it.
Nope.
Ooh, like to see that one gone.
Oh no, I'm running all my summon cards.
There's an upstart. So that is banned.
What?
Magic Cylinder is a banned card.
Oh, I thought we didn't ban Magic Cylinder.
No, the last few seconds I traded Koitsu for Magic Cylinder. If you look in the video, it is in the 60 card deck list.
Well, hang on. Listen, I'll tell you. I initially was
just
playing.
side it out. It doesn't matter.
I was initially playing a Draining Shield over this, and was like, wait, why am I not playing Magic Cylinder? It's not banned, and put it in last minute. So pretend it's a Draining Shield. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. From here on in, I will just pretend Magic Cylinder is a Draining Shield. It will not come up this game.
And may I say, I am.
Oh no, that's the 7.
Fucking salty.
That is the 7.
No, the worst thing about this, Fusilier is not level 7.
Wait.
You called Fusilier wrong, and I got punished for it.
Are you sure about that? What is Fusilier?
Fusilier is level 8.
I am looking that up because I literally don't believe you.
It's level 8. I'm gonna go look at it in the fucking side decking thing, cause I needed that reasoning to hit. You
is that really
wrong.
it?
Lost me the game.
Fusilier is a 7.
Wait, there's no way Fusilier is.
Yes,
7.
it is. I am looking at it in Google right now. That is 7 stars.
There's no way. Oh, it is. Never mind. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Literally played that completely correctly. Let the records show.
Alright, listen. Game 1, did I play a banned card? Yes. Did I not read the number of stars on one of my own cards? Maybe. You haven't seen Fusilier. I could just be bluffing you.
I've never seen Fusilier in my life.
True. But I think I know what you did that beat me, and I think I know how to deal with that. And it starts by starting off with an extra card again.
Alright. Well... you know what? Fuck you. Pass.
Okay. I'm gonna be real. Not feeling very fucked right now.
Of course, you're like immediately going to... Yeah, you have like 3 reasoning in the opening hand.
Man, I wish. I don't quite have that, but you know, I might a couple of turns from now.
Alright, sounds good to me.
I think the way we want to do this is I'm gonna banish this face down. I'm gonna set 1. And I will activate Prohibition, and the card I will declare is Mirage Dragon.
You are fucking with me. Oh my god. Sure, that's fine. I don't care about this.
I'm sure you don't. Don't worry about it. There's no reason I'm doing this in particular.
Okay, so let's go ahead and... Alright, I am just going to normal summon Raging Flame Sprite. Do you have a response?
Yo, it's the boy. That's fine.
I'm going to activate Mask of Brutality and equip it to Raging Flame Sprite.
Is a big boy.
At raising it to 1100. I'm sure you have a battle trick, but we have to get through it at some point.
Nah, I'll take the 11. That's fine. That ain't shit.
Alright, Raging Flame Sprite is up to 2100. I am going to set 1 card and pass it back to you.
I will draw standby phase, I will put my counter on DDC, and wouldn't you know it, that is a great draw. A Kibio Drakmord.
I don't really like that, but I think I'm going to let it go.
Fantastic. You'd love to see it. And for my follow-up, I'm gonna activate the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's right, it's Good Goblin Housekeeping.
Oh, okay, so you draw one and then put another card at the bottom of your deck. You have to activate this 3 times to go plus off of it.
That's fine, it's fine. I am gonna put... There's a little bit of a decision I have to make here, but in the interest of not getting murdered, I think I need to put this one on the bottom. And with that, it is back to you.
Alright, let's just... So, first of all, I'm going to let this Mask of Brutality fall off. Surprise, surprise, it is not doing very much right now. And I don't want to take the 1000, because I want to take 1000 for this Dark Elf.
Okay, that one's big.
It is a big lady, and she's gonna kick you in the face.
Ow.
We're gonna go to main phase 2. Sophie, my pizza alarm is going off. I have returned.
Welcome back.
And
As you return, I would like to note 2 things, which are 1, you didn't pay for Dark Elf, 2, you didn't attack with Raging Flame Sprite.
the Raging Flame Sprite that you have Ekibu Drakmorg on?
Oh, I'm stupid, actually.
You know,
Yeah,
it's really funny, too, because you had a really good, actually there. If you had just settled on, hey, you didn't pay 1,000 life points, dumb bitch, I'd be like, oh, that was rude, but she's right. But no, you had to pair it with an incorrect thing.
Listen, I'm only taking L's so far today, I guess. Which is only gonna make it sweeter when I get a big W at the end of this match. Don't you worry.
Sure.
In the standby phase, DDC will go to the graveyard, allowing me to add this card to my hand.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
I'm not gonna gamble this time. I will tribute my set monster to activate Monster Gate.
Oh, I have to Magic Jammer here.
Oh my god, we're on Magic Jammer. We're crazy.
We're playing smart. So, I swear to God this is true. This, that I'm gonna be discarding is my one-of Mirage Dragon.
It's a fucking one-of?
Yep.
Imagine.
My draws have actually been very, very fucking weird.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but this is why we kept this off the Good Goblin Housekeeping last turn. Let's do this time warp again, shall we?
Wow, that's excruciating. I loathe that. Ekibu Drakmorg is fine.
Fantastic, and you can go right ahead.
So, I lose the Raging Flame Sprite, and you're gonna go ahead and get that Ekibu back.
It is during your end phase, not mine.
Oh. Well, sure.
Let's go! Sophie W! I knew a thing! I knew one thing!
Raging Flame Sprite, attack!
Oh no, 100! Owie, oh no!
It's gonna go all the way up to 1100. I'm sure that Raging Flame Sprite is gonna have a wonderful future ahead of it.
Of course, why wouldn't it?
Cool.
I will draw for turn, gonna put a counter on this. And oh, will you look at that? This is gonna look familiar. DDC. Eventually.
Okay, cool. DDC.
This. And guess what? Drakmord the Raging Flame Sprite.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, so here's what I am going to do. I am going to normal summon Troop Dragon.
Yeah, it's trooping.
I'm going to activate Stamping Destruction.
Oh wow, we're on this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to target the Ekibu that is on the Raging Flame Sprite. Wait. Okay, so Dark Elf is going to die at the end of this turn, so I should actually hit that Ekibu Drakmorg so that the other one is stuck on the field longer. So yeah, I actually am gonna hit the Ekibu Drakmorg that is attached to Dark Elf, and you're gonna take 500.
That's fine.
We're gonna go to battle phase. I will pay 1,000. Oh, I guess I won't. We're gonna.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna pay
Dark
another
Elf with a
900
90% discount.
to attack with Dark Elf. Troop Dragon gets in.
Ouchie, wouchie.
We are down to I can get you on a 3-turn clock with the Troop Dragon alone.
Yeah, this draw matters a lot. There are a lot of cards in my deck that get me out of it. Well, we get a counter here. I guess we'll have to hope this does it. I will set Q back row and pass.
Let's go fishing.
That is my metamorphosis.
Wow, we really are all in on the metamorphosis reasoning.
Oh
deck.
yeah, we'll game it.
Let's see if we can get it with Dark Elf for game.
Jesse, I am so happy you hit that one with Extermination. Because this set card is the card I could have survived if you didn't have Mirage Dragon last game. I activate a hero emerges.
You're fucking with me. Wow, I guess we're getting GX era started very quick. Well, I wonder what card I'm gonna pick. It's really difficult. Summon your goddamn koala.
This card will prevent the Dark Elf's attack and allow me to summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon!
Oh my fucking god. Sure. Okay.
Don't forget to pay 1,000, by the way.
Yeah, sure, whatever. So the good news is that I didn't attack with Troop Dragon, so I can switch its dumbass to defense mode.
And so you can.
And I also, well, Raging Flame Sprite dies at the end phase, so it doesn't matter, but yeah. It is your turn.
I will draw for turn. In the standby phase, DDC goes to the graveyard, and I will add this funky little card right to my hand. And then I need to do a little thinking, actually. Nah, I don't. Battle phase! Attack, my Blue Eyes!
I will go ahead and take another hot Thouso.
And with that, I'll pass the turn back to you.
God, that sucks. Okay. I guess I'll just pass it.
Yes. Yes, I will draw! This is a very strange hand. I think I need to start getting through these Troop Dragons, which means I will have the attack and defense of Fusilier Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast, to normal summon it.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Wah!
Troop Dragon, declaring effect. Doesn't have any sort of clause that's like, in attack mode, so it's coming out in defense. I'm assuming you're attacking this one as well?
Your powers of deduction are incredible.
I am so fucking goddamn smart!
And that's all I got. Right back to you.
Well, wow, hold on. Let me figure something out really quick. Well, it's not very pretty, but I guess I'm gonna normal summon Solar Flare Dragon.
Duh. That's perfectly fine.
We will attack into Fusilier.
Uh-oh. That's 100 damage.
I am going to play one card face down, end phase, declare Solar Flare Dragon's effect, getting you all the way down to 1,000, and I will leave it there.
I'm not even concerned. And wouldn't you know it, that is a great card off the top. Let's roll the dice again. It's reasoning time.
I will call 7 again.
And let's see if you will call it right. Oh, you will.
Yay!
Aw, man.
Your entire deck is 7, Sophie. What the fuck is going on?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I didn't need that to go off. I still have Blue Eyes, the most powerful card in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, I have no response to this. I take 1,500.
As you do.
Any of my good cards. One time a good card. I am begging you, deck. I am on my knees begging you. Pass it back to you.
That's exactly why I'm playing this deck. There are no good cards.
The thing is, I have good cards. I'm just not drawing most of them.
Battle phase. I am going to kill your last troop dragon.
You have the one Blue Eyes White Dragon was more of a force than an entire troop of dragon.
No troop of ordinary dragons can stand up to the Queen of Dragons herself. I will set 2 back row and pass it back to you.
Okay, it's back to you.
I will draw. That's a little interesting. Battle phase. Blue Eyes, attack!
This is why I said, wow, that sucks earlier. This is a Mask of Darkness. I do want to be clear, this is not what I'm usually hoping to get out of my graveyard, but sure.
I would imagine. I mean, it's not bad against my deck whose plan is resolve exactly 1 spell card or die instantly.
There is nothing instant about this death, Sophie.
That's... Well, no, I'm saying I would die if I don't resolve my spells.
Oh, okay.
Your
okay.
death is slow and painful and I like it. Anyway, speaking of spells, here's Shitty Scapegoat.
Sure. Yeah, awesome. Go right ahead. Play your shitty scapegoat. Wow, if I don't draw something, I'm just gonna... Right on time! That's exactly when I needed that. God damn it.
Yes, let's go! Blue Eyes!
That was excruciating, Sophie. I'm fuming. God.
This is the best deck I've ever played, actually. It all comes down to this.
The entire season, every single game that we have played comes down to this one critical juncture, and I can't say I'm super thrilled about that.
I am very excited, and I'm gonna start out with the most exciting play of all. I'm gonna set 1, I'm gonna set 2, and I'm gonna end the turn.
Alright, I am going to normal summon Mother Grizzly in attack mode.
Yo, a recruiter! Amazing!
Do you realize how many recruiters I am playing, and how much I have not been drawing them? Do you have any battle tricks?
Nah, no hero this time.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set 2 and pass.
I will draw for turn. Alright, stand by main. Good, goblin, housekeeping!
Okay, your really bad Graceful Charity is fine by me.
Honestly, it's kind of an insult to even compare this card to Graceful Charity. It's bad Jar of Greed, thank you.
I can't argue with that.
That's gonna be about it. You can go ahead.
Okay, we will keep the party going. UFO Turtle.
Oh my, you really are playing every recruiter, aren't you?
I literally am! Battle phase.
I will take it all. That's fine.
Okay.
Draw for turn. Stand by main. And now we can start playing the game. I will special summon Cyber Dragon, but a man!
Alright, Cyber Dragon on T is fine.
And then I think we'll just try to enter the battle phase. And the question is... which of these is scarier? I feel like I've seen you summon some fire monsters, but I haven't seen you summon any waters. Let's see what you have going on. I'll attack the grizzly.
I have to think about this a little bit. But not that much. I will go ahead and take this. That's going to be 800 to the face. Mother Grizzly's effect is going to activate. And I'm going to need you to do me a favor, Sophie. I'm going to need you to Quake in Fear. of the strongest card in all of Duel Monsters. Cure Mermaid!
Oh no, you're gonna get cured!
I am! I'm gonna get cured, and I'm gonna get mermaid-ed.
I wish I could have either of those two things, but I don't. So I am gonna just set a couple of back row and it's back to you.
Standby phase, I'm gonna go ahead and gain my 800.
I worked so hard for that damage.
Yeah, it's an even trade off of the Mother Grizzly. So, here's what I'm gonna go ahead and just do right away. I'm gonna equip my Cure Mermaid with Axe of Despair.
Duh.
We'll go to battle phase, and we'll start seeing what your back row is made of.
Unfortunately that's fine. You can have the Fiend Mega Cyber.
Okay. Interesting. I will attack with UFO Turtle.
And on this attack, behold my hero.
Alright. I don't know what's in your hand. I will go with this one. It's the one closer to your extra deck.
That is the good one. Here is Tri-Horned Dragon.
Alright. Yeah. Alright. We're in it now. We're gonna go to main phase 2. I will not be, doing any sort of re-declaring, and I guess I'll pass it.
I will draw for turn. Stand by main. And you know what? I'm just gonna go straight to battle.
As we move into, as you declare your attack, I'm gonna 0 gravity. I have to do this after you enter the battle phase, so you can't just, like, go back to main phase and switch it back.
Does make sense.
But you can just switch it back into attack mode in main phase 2.
That is true, and you know what? I think I might just do that.
Good. Good for you.
I think I will end my turn on that.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna equip United We Stand to UFO Turtle.
Oh, that's huge. Okay.
It is a 3,000 attack monster now. We're gonna go to battle phase, and I'm gonna try to attack over it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will be taking that hot 150.
And we're getting in with 2,500.
Oh boy.
Set 1. We're getting down to the wire.
Now, once again, it all comes down to this draw.
This is what I meant when I said I wasn't drawing any of my good cards, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. Well... reasoning!
The question is, did you just, like, board out of all of your 7s? Or is there ever any reason for me to call anything other than 7? I don't think there is. I think I'm going to stick with my guns and call 7.
Let's try it. No! Not like that!
Why are you playing Red Eyes Black Dragon? What are you doing? What is the... What? How are you playing? I know that we have bad...
Man. What a way for it to end.
Okay.
No.
Wow. Okay,
I think...
Red Eyes wouldn't have even done it.
No. No, oh, yo. Red Eyes would have done it. You just, you know, don't see what I have face down. No,
why don't you show me?
Yeah, not realizing Fusilier was 7 was kind of bad, because it fucked up my level ratios for reasoning, which isn't great.
Oh,
I also should not have just switched to the Tri-Horned last turn, I think. I should have done more with it. Because my face down here is Metamorphosis.
Okay, so I had another 0 gravity, and I had a Tailor of the Fickle.
Oh, you were on this too. I was citing Tailor of the Fickle in case you were on Equips.
I was citing Tailor of the Fickle in case you were citing Tailor of the Fickle.
Oh.
I actually was on a shitload of equip cards. They just didn't show up in game 1 or 2.
Yeah, I was guessing you might be. No, what I should have done when you switch Trihorn to defense, because I was kind of scared. If your monsters were big enough, if you found removal, I would have lost. So I should have done what I was thinking, which was metamorphosizing the Trihorn into this son of a bitch.
Honestly, that was probably the way to go. I still would have been likely to take out the Gatling dragon not long afterwards, but I didn't have that much going on in my hand beyond that. I had a Raging Flame Sprite and a Dead Stamping Destruction.
And unfortunately, I could have won if I ever hit a reasoning. 'Cause, like, you were looking, if this Red Eyes got summoned, I won the game most of the time. Because I summoned Red Eyes, I metamorphosis it away for the reason I'm playing this over other summons, King Dragoon, into summon Blue Eyes.
That would have been good, but I still would have been able to zero gravity it and attack all your defense position monsters, because that doesn't target.
Oh, well, you know, details. Man, no, I should have gone for the Gatling Dragon. That was a misplay. Man, I'm happy I got to play this deck, though. This deck is so funny.
Please mill out your deck so that I can, like, see what the fuck was going on. In the end, my deck was actually kind of competent. I just didn't get any of the, best combos, and then, like... I cannot believe I am playing 3 Michizure and didn't draw a single copy of it all 3 games. My main strategy was to resolve Michizure with a Recruiter and win immediately.
That is pretty good. Yeah, I didn't realize you had 3 Michizure. That's not bad at all. And well, only on the one Akibio Drakmord. That is interesting.
I only have one Akibio Drakmord.
Well, I only have 1 Michizure, so here we are.
I guess that element does kind of balance itself out. Akibio Dragmorg and Michizure are, like, the same level of powerful in a limited format with some recruiters.
And, like, the only other removal spell we have, really, at this point is back to square one.
Yeah, I sided, you may see in my graveyard, I sided Share the Pain. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I saw, I was wondering about that one. This is the most cope card I've seen in my entire life.
I will say, I just needed something, because I didn't get the equip cards, I needed something to take care of that Blue Eyes White Dragon, which was on the field by itself for like 17 turns in a row, game 2.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the whole theory behind this deck, right? Is that there's like 3 cards left in the format that actually out the 3000 attack vanilla. And so if I'm able to cheat one out, it's just gonna win me the game. I think in retrospect, I was running a couple more monsters than you normally play in Reasoning Gate because I'm on Metamorphosis stuff and, a hero emerges, which I am so happy I got to go off with this game. But I think in retrospect, I should have
Hero Emerges fully won you the game.
It did. Yeah. I think in retrospect, I should have cut Black Tyranno to not be quite as in on monsters. I'm happy playing the dragons for King Dragoon. I'm happy playing vanillas for Soul Resurrection. But, not realizing Fusilier was 7 not 8 wasn't great. Especially when I'm stuck playing shit like a guy who does piercing as my level 6, because we've banned every good level 6 monster, but...
I'll tell you this, I considered a couple of different deck profiles. One of them was the, who are those, union monsters, like Soitsu and Koitsu?
Oh my god. For real?
Yeah! One is searchable by UFO Turtle, the other is searchable by, Mother Grizzly.
I suppose that is a strategy.
But I was considering that. I also considered playing some sort of Monarch-esque strategy again, because I still do have Blowback Dragon and Horse the Black Flame Dragon level 6 and a couple Dark Dust Spirit and Great Maju Garzette. I decided to go all in on the equip strategy because I have absolutely crazy shit, crazy payoffs like United We Stand and Acts of Despair. I have the triple Mask of Brutality, which I was hoping to hilariously pair up with Cure Mermaid to only take 200 damage for maintaining my 200 attack monster.
We will simply draw the 1 of and the 2 of.
But yeah, good game, Sophie. I am very glad that you did successfully win a game with Blue Eyes White Dragon. In a way, you are the winner of something or other.
That's right. Now, I said this in my deck profile. I actually built the Legendary Ocean deck, and it looks really, really good.
It
So I
actually
decided,
does, yeah.
you know, I've made my entire brand in season 1 of this series, like, playing dumb garbage that I think is funny, and I decided I want to win playing this stupid-ass deck that I love, or I'm not gonna win at all. And you know what? I'm happy with my decision. I
All
had
right.
fun.
Yeah. You know what? One thing I will say is that we are both happy about your decision. I would like to take a second to congratulate myself, Jesse J Plays, as the season 1 DPT winner. I have lost control over my own series. All of our commenters are pro Sophie because Sophie plays shit like this,
Let's
and
go!
I have accepted that even in winning, I will never be the one who won a game with Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I am okay with my place in the world.
Yeah, I'm glad that my brand can be gauged but less insufferable when ahead. Slightly less.
Slightly less. That is going to do it for Yu-Gi-Oh! Double Progression Trouble Arc 1, the DM era. We might have a fun stream situation coming up. I am a smooth-brained baby and have none of those plans set in stone. Hello! Future Jess here, the plans are now set in stone. Sophie and I will be hosting a Just for Fun end of DPT Season 1 stream on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JessieJPlays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, August 6th. We will be playing 2 matches against each other with our Double Progression Trouble card pool. One of those matches is banned cards only, and the other one will be no ban list but by junior format rules. Are either of these good ideas? We'll find out together. Again, these matches are just for fun and don't affect the score of the official series at all. We also don't want to make the reward for winning anything that significantly alters our card pool. So, Sophie and I decided that the winner of each match will receive one of the 2004 Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie packs. After we do the stream, I will edit it down and upload it to this channel. If you can, though, we would love to see you there for our live matches.
It is so very valid, and I will see all of you again in GX when I will reach my final form in a format where there are 0 good decks to play.
Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.